Hey everybody, welcome back to another Let's Draw Nikki's Journey to Mastery. I'm Nikki, and today's painting is actually an illustration. So let's jump right into it. So I want to apologize up front. This is a very short speed paint, and that's because this piece was very quick. I did it in one sitting, 2 hours I think. And it was really just so I could have something to upload this Friday. I didn't want to miss an upload, so I was like, okay, let me do a quick piece. But that being said, I still did some experimenting. I was working in Procreate for this one, and I as I said before, I enjoy painting in Procreate thoroughly. The face, I did a different technique for painting the skin this time around. I didn't use my normal water brush method that I found in Procreate. I used just like a low opacity brush, which was the way I used to blend eons ago, and I kind of lost the ability. I don't even remember how to do it anymore, so I was kind of messing around with it in this one, and it worked really well because her face was so small. There was just small skin areas. I didn't need a lot of detail in the shading, so it worked out really nicely. I also kept the lines in this final piece. You'll notice I don't know, when I did the lines for this piece, I just loved them so much. I fell in love. I was like, I don't want to delete the lines. And also I thought if I did delete the lines, it was going to take me a little longer to complete, because I'd have to make sure all the edges are clean, all the shading is there's enough contrast and all that. I just think mentally it's more work to do without the lines, so I decided to keep the lines just for the sake of time. And I made her a fairy. As you know, I love fairies. I almost gave her 4 wings, but I decided against it in the end. It's like, nah, the wings are not going to be that spectacular anyways, so I didn't go crazy with it. I also used like a lot of textures for some of the other aspects of the piece, like the grass, and I used a texture for like this tree and this bush later, and I used a similar texture for the final effect, which I did, which was like a dissolving effect you'll see near the end. But the coloring of this was pretty basic. I did base this off a reference, the pose, and I kind of embellished it a little bit and changed up some aspects to make it my own. But I wanted her to have like really fair hair, really light pink clothes, but doing that I didn't like do the shading too detailed as a result. But then again, this is a really quick piece, so it wasn't a problem. So I do eventually add, like, using one of the texture brushes, I did like this glittery effect on the wings, and I thought that was really, really cute. So I did more of it later on. It was like at first I was doing like a dark speckle color just to, like, I don't know, I was just experimenting, and then I was like, wait, this kind of looks like glitter if I make it white. So I did that, and I added more later. I was like, oh, that's cool. And then I found this brush, oh gosh, I don't remember what it was called, but I think it was in under touch-ups in Procreate, like the default tools, and I was just kind of, I forgot what I was using it for originally, like what I think I was just experimenting and seeing what it would look like to add this random effect. And then I was like, wait a minute, it kind of looks like she's breaking off and fading away. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna do that. And I started doing that with like the entire right side of her hair, her wings, her face, and everything. And I love it. It was definitely by far my favorite part of this piece. One thing I do notice, I think I've mentioned this in the last piece, is that the colors are different when I record my screen than what it actually looks like on my iPad, and it's also different from what it actually looks like on my computer. So I found when I was editing this, the colors of the final close-ups were off when I put them into DaVinci. I use DaVinci for editing my videos. They were really off, and I was like, what the heck? They were so different. So I did some color tweaking in DaVinci to make them look similar, at least look as close to what I thought the final piece looked like. So the final piece is actually a little less pink. So like everything looks kind of pink and purple, but the skin tones are a lot more varied, a lot more yellow in the original piece. So if you go to my Instagram, you can actually see the final piece there. if you're interested in seeing the actual colors. But yeah, I tried to do something different with the clothes, try to like mimic the reference a little bit there, doing like half different colors, and it just wasn't working, so I was like, oh, forget it. So I think I'm about to do the dissolve, the fading. Yeah, here we go. So my favorite part of it came out really cool, and somebody in my Instagram was like, oh my gosh, that must have taken so long. And I was like, no, it's just an just a Procreate brush. Texture brushes for the win, right? But anyways, this is the final piece. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. I really like it, even though it was a kind of quick piece. I kept my lines, you know, a little different from my normal style. I'm still pretty happy with it. I also tried to do like this aberration effect on it. Didn't really work, so I ended up deleting it, and I just added a vignette and signed it. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. But yeah, let's look at the close-ups. Yeah, so that's my final piece. I hope you guys like it. I'm sorry that it's so short, but when I had it at 10 minutes, it was like it was ridiculous how slow the speed paint was going. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna speed it up to like 5 minutes, and here it is. Anyways, so glad you guys took the time to watch this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to check me out on Instagram, Twitch if you want to see me draw in real time, and all my other social media that are linked down below. Thank you so much for watching again. Please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time. Bye!